Those of you who know me are probably aware that one of my favourite artists is Gretel Lusky. Gret has recently teamed up with Mossery to create an art kit based around her art and style of working. I've been a fan of Gret's work since the DeviantArt days, so when I saw that these kits were available, I couldn't resist. Oh, look at that! Oh, we can see her lovely artwork. I think it's upside down, so we will flip. Beautiful! Oh my gosh. Oh, I might have to keep this and like use it as a print or something. Oh, it's so perfect. This is a fairly hefty box, guys, just to let you know. So now is the exciting bit. We are going to find out what is inside. Let's get this open. Okay, so let's have a look, shall we? So we have a cute little thank you card. Whether you're new to my work or you've been following me along for a while, thank you so much for picking up this art kit. I often hear from people who want to try alcohol markers but aren't sure where to start. I created the workbook and guidebook to be both a starting point and a guide, with the goal of helping you feel more confident with this medium. I think the tactile experience of working with analogue tools is something truly precious these days. I hope this kit gives you a chance to slow down, experiment, and most of all, have fun. Gretel. So we have a lovely thank you card. This will be the sketchbook. I might save this till last. Some Oohoo alcohol markers. Now, I've never used Oohoos before. I have used Letraset Pro markers and I have used Copic markers, but Oohoos are new to me, so that is going to be quite exciting. But oh, look at all those colours you get. Oh my gosh. Then, oh, cute little Mossery tote bag, and what is inside? That's our workbook and guidebook. So we'll get that unwrapped once everything is unpacked. Prismacolor pencils. I didn't even realise that this came with colouring pencils. That's so nice. I've never used Prismacolor. I don't know whether you can actually normally get them in the UK. Because I see a lot of art YouTubers talking about Prismacolors, but I never see them in any of our art and supply shops, so that's really cool. Ooh, art tools. Ooh, I'll get everything out and then do a proper opening. And then artist merchandise. Oh, so possibly prints and things. So art prints, note cards and stickers. Here for our Oohoo markers. I want to know what's in these art tools, so let's see. So we have got a Micron fine liner 01. So that is a very fine tip. We've also got, is this a mechanical pencil? Oh, it's a mechanical pencil, but it's got pink lead. So that's really cool. Sketching in pink. It's a nice mechanical pencil, actually. Got a nice grip and everything. Some spare graphites for that mechanical pencil. A white gel pen. Now I'm interested to see how pigmented this is, because sometimes white gel pens are a little hit and miss, so it'll be interesting to see what this one's like. And, oh, a Unipin fine liner. Oh, it's a brush. Oh, I didn't know they did brush pens. That's cute. It's almost like a sign pen. I use Unipin usually as fine liners. I have a whole drawer full. So this is the brand I often go to. Because again, Micron, it's a brand that I hear talked a lot about on YouTube, but you don't really see it in our stores that much. So Unipin is usually the one I go for. But it's really nice, like a brush pen. So let's have a look at these Prismacolor pencils. Interested to see what colours you get. You get 24. Was a little stiff there. Oh. Okay, so I think there's 2 trays. Ooh, there we are. So these, I believe, are the workbook and guidebook. So, practice guidebook. And in here you've got some tips and techniques on how to do blending and different sorts of pans. Oh, just got some of her lovely illustrations in there, telling you which of the Uhu markers she's used as well, which is really cool. So you can recreate them. Oh, step-by-steps for like full illustrations is really nice. Oh, the pigeon. Oh. So, nice little guidebook. And then this is the mixed media practice workbook. And as you can see, these pages are very thick. Ooh, I just love how it's bound. So it lays completely flat, and that's to do with the binding here. I'm not sure the name of this type of binding, but yeah, it's for the purpose of laying completely flat. Oh, so you can do some swatches for your markers. That's great. And then there's some little practice thingies for gradients. Oh, and then coloured pencil swatches as well. Oh, so it's almost like the guidebook. It's got all the same stuff in there, so you can use her illustrations and see how she has done it to recreate hers, or you could do your own colours. That's really cool. I love these. Like, oh, how great would these be as stickers? I wonder whether some of them are stickers. I mean, I have 2 stickers in the merchandise pack. I wonder whether some of these designs are what made it. Hands and stuff. So yeah, it's basically what I've just shown you, but not coloured in, because it's for me to colour in. Oh, this is so great. Oh, dragons. You know, she just like inspires me so much to like create illustrations. So we've looked at the workbook, the guidebook, the markers, the pencils. We will be like testing these out, don't worry. I guess, should I do the merchandise pack next or the sketchbook next? I kind of feel like I want the sketchbook to be like the main event and the thing you've all been waiting for. So I'm going to, well, it's the thing I'm most excited about. So I'm going to leave that till last. Let's have a look at the merchandise pack. Oh, even the envelope is pretty. Ta-da! So we have a poster print. Oh! Okay, how sweet is that? Gorgeous poster for my wall. Print card. Oh, envelope. I wonder, is it like... The idea is you use it as a gift card, I don't know, like the envelope is to send to people. Or maybe they were supposed to go in there. Another art card. Some more envelopes as well, just checking these are empty. Yeah. Yes, I think the idea is that they're like little note cards that you can send to people, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find some frames and put them up on my wall or something. Oh... cute. So there's a collection of these 4 little note cards of these gorgeous girl illustrations on them. So it would be cute if I found like a frame that could have all 4 of them in there. I'll work on something to display them. Oh, is this it's a sticker sheet? And I was correct, these designs are inside the workbook. I remember the Tamagotchi. Oh. So it's quite nice. They've got like a matte laminate feel to them. So nice. And the dragon made it as a sticker. Oh, gorgeous. Prince. So stunning. Oh, beautiful. So I'm just gonna end up with like a gallery of Gretel's work at this rate. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. These envelopes are really sweet as well. Okay, this sketchbook. Now, when I ordered this, I don't know what this is, it's cute. When I ordered this, there was the choice of two sketchbook designs. And when I tell you, I like deliberated and ruminated on that for so long because both designs were impeccably gorgeous. I decided to go for the pink one and I got my name on that. Oh my gosh! Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so glad I went for this one. Oh, that is stunning. Just artwork wrapping around the whole thing and a pink elastic closure. Let me open it up. Oh, so it's actually, so Mossery have like started doing this. It's not a recent thing, but the most recent books that I've been buying from them, I've noticed that they've been giving them these like covers and the book slips inside. So after you filled the sketchbook, you could just buy another blank book to go inside and you can still use this beautiful cover. Gorgeous. And inside we have these like lovely thick, really thick pages. They're almost like watercolor paper. Oh, so that'll be perfect. And it has a little ribbon as well to keep your place. So yeah, that is stunning. So here is just a little reminder of our beautiful haul that has come in this art kit. There is even more that I can't fit in frame. I can't fit all of the merchandise in there, but oh wow, like this is like such a beautiful kit and I can't wait to start using all of the materials and tools that they have sent me to create some artwork. Okay, so I want to test out my materials. And I obviously think the best way to do that is to use the practice workbook that they have sent me. So we could start by doing some marker swatches. 3 Frost. Oh, these pens, they feel really nice. And they are dual ended. So we have like a bullet nib and a brush nib. Beautiful. I was kind of worried that one of the nibs would be a chiseled edge, but it's brush. That's beautiful. Because with the chiseled edge on the Copics, I never use that. I know it's technically better for like filling in huge areas, but I always find it goes a little streaky. So that's really nice that they've sent ones with a brush. So if we try and fill in these swatches. The nib feels quite nice to work with. Can we just talk about the names of some of these? We have pale celery. I would never have thought to name a green pale celery. But yeah, we have things like seafoam green, like that kind of makes sense. Cloud grey, you know, cornflower, they all kind of make sense. But then we have pale celery, lychee juice. It's just brilliant. That's not as green as I thought pale celery was going to be. This is kind of like celery when you've left it in the drawer at the bottom of the fridge for a little too long and it's starting to look a little sad and maybe growing some friends. Okay, so there's all my swatches done so that we can see all the colours. So this set, we've got a lot of beautiful pastel sort of shades, like a really nice collection. This side is for you to try and mix the colours to see how they look layered on top. So I'm not going to fill this page because I feel like this will be more just handy to experiment with, but I'll fill in at least one of them and see. So I know whether to maybe let that dry a little bit. While I do, I'm going to write on. That micron is very nice. Okay, and then if we were to put lavender over the top. Nice. So now we have a kind of almost like a deep blush. So yeah, those two would be good for shading. I tell you what I'm also interested in is seeing if this micron is resistant to like the markers blurring and bleeding and stuff. That would be a good test to do actually. So there was a little bit, like it's looking a tiny little bit muddy at the over the writing there. So it could be that, oh god, this lighting is terrible, isn't it, guys? I can't control the sun. So it could be that we maybe need to wait for it to dry longer. So I'll maybe wait before coming back and testing it over the other bit of writing. So if we turn onto our next page, oh, so this is for us to practice our gradients. Okay, so I've gone about halfway down with frost, and now I'm going to go up the other way with seafoam green. So what I do, I overlap the markers a little bit, and then I go back in with my frost and I overlap back over, and you create that nice little gradient. So yeah, those two colours blend together really well. Let's see with our possible skin tone combination. Oh, that blends so nicely. Yeah, these markers are really quite easy to blend. I'm gonna try and pick two just completely opposite colours, like spring green and let's try a pink, light orchid. How pink is light orchid? Yeah, it's very pink. So we are trying to blend these two together, and this could create a massive mess, but I just want to see how easy these pens truly are to blend. Because if you can blend green and pink together, then oof, anything is possible, my friends. Okay. So as to be predicted, this was not as easy as the others, but I have got a kind of blend here. There's just some like streaks here that I would maybe need to fix. Yeah, you know what, it looks like watermelon. A bit of a, extend that ring out a little. And then I'm gonna start with my pink satin right around the edge. Okay, it may not be the smoothest transition, but I think we got there. And because I went over that quite a bit, I was curious to see if it would bleed through, because the green and the pink has bled through a tiny little bit, which is unusual, but because I don't think I went over that as much as I've gone over this one here. But yeah, as that's drying, it is starting to look quite nice. Woohoo! Okay. So these feel very, very soft. They're not like harsh like some pencils can be. Okay, there's our indigo blue. Now, one gripe I do have is, and it's just the way these are sharpened. So if I could sharpen them myself, but the nib is like very short at the moment, so I can't like do, normally I like to shade on the side. I can't really do that. I sort of have to go right down. So I'm probably gonna like give them a proper sharpen and everything. It seems kind of redundant that there's actually a swatch space for white because the paper is white. So yeah, it would be interesting if they filled that box in black, then we would be able to do that. I suppose I could have coloured it in black, couldn't I? Maybe I will give a go just next to it. What do you reckon? I'll do half of it black. Oh, that brush is so creamy. Oh, and then when that dries, we will go over again with the white and see if that works. Yeah, so it doesn't really cover the ink that I've put down there, which I guess I wasn't really expecting it to. But yeah, those are the Prismacolors. Now, first impressions, they feel quite soft and very pigmented. I don't like the nibs. I do need to resharpen them just to make them a little easier to use, because I do find that I have to like go directly down in order to get them to work the way I want. Oh, here's where we can practice shading in some shapes. So I might give one of these a go just as a little bit of practice before we move on to anything bigger. Okay, I was a little messy there, but I've shaded in the cone. We'll come back to these and I'll probably fill this book at some point with all of the little things to practice. Right, maybe. Because what I do a lot of drawing of, similar to Gretel Lusky, is characters. So I maybe want to practice some skin sort of things. Now, what were my colours that I decided I was going to use for what? Okay, I've coloured in this hand. I was attempting to add in some cool tones like the blues to mimic where you get like veins and things in the hand, in the flesh. So yeah, I kind of like how those colours have kind of come together. I do think it's time to test out the gel pen. Yeah, it shows up quite nicely against the darker shades. I'm wondering, looking at the hands in here, whether I should intensify the lines with the brush pen and test that out. Ooh, I kind of don't want to ruin it. But then I have to remember that this is all for the purposes of practice. So maybe, I mean, I'm literally just reinforcing the lines that are already there. So I don't have a lot of experience, but I have used the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen, and my issue with that is the brush is quite long, so you actually don't get that much control, whereas with this, because the brush is quite short, it's much easier to work with, and you can like press down to get thicker lines, everything as you would. Oh, and the lines in the fingers. Yeah, I still need some practice, but that's not too bad, not too shabby. Okay, so obviously this book is full of lots of beautiful illustrations to practice colouring in with markers. I think I have spent long enough, oh, look at these. I think I have spent long enough testing out the materials. I think now I should move on to creating an illustration of my own. And to do that, we are going to use the beautiful sketchbook that came in this set. Now, I don't think I want to go for something too complicated, because this is a new sketchbook and the temptation is to put a lot of pressure on yourself to create a beautiful first page. I'm wondering if I should just kind of draw one of my characters, or a character maybe. That might be a better way to do it. So we're testing out this first of all. Oh, what I am interested in is how well this erases. Because obviously it is like pencil. Ooh. Okay, so I went in quite light and it's rubbed out quite easily. If I go in a little heavier in this corner, it's faded but not completely erased. Okay, so that's something to note, that as long as you go light with this graphite, you should be able to erase it. Right, I am going in with this with no plan whatsoever. Who am I even drawing? Okay, so we've drawn a little Audrey just to test some things out. Oh, let's start. So I'm going in with that raw cashew that I really liked for the skin. Might be a little dark actually. Audrey is usually, I usually make her a little paler, but it's a little too late now. I'm starting to think going in without any line art was a bit of a mistake, so I'm going to rectify that now. So there you have it. I have just created my first Gretel Lusky inspired piece in my Gretel Lusky sketchbook. It's just like a rough character, but I was definitely trying to emulate the sort of style that she uses in her art. So I've only used things that came in the Mossery art kit. And yeah, I think these materials are really nice. I'm going to have a lot of fun filling this sketchbook with more drawings like this. And maybe next time I'll do something a little bit more ambitious. But yeah, that is our illustration. So that is it. That is the Mossery Gretel Lusky mixed media art kit. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. One of my favourite items is the sketchbook. Oh, this is probably my favourite looking sketchbook that I own now. Oh, it's just so pretty. The paper inside is really thick. I didn't mention this while I was drawing, but even after layering the markers on top of the illustration so much, there wasn't any bleed through, and you can like very, very faintly see that actually, yeah, only when the light hits it can you actually see the ink through the other side. So these pages are perfect for using those sorts of markers on. The workbook, I know we did get a little bit of bleed through on one side, which is odd because it's a very similar, if not the same type of paper. So I don't know whether it was just those particular markers or not, I'm not sure, but that is just the workbook, so that's for practice. And let me tell you, this workbook, I am going to be using this for a long time because there are so many little like illustrations in there by Gretel that we can like color in and make our own. They're so pretty, and there's even some much larger ones towards the back, so like a full scene going on here. I love this workbook. It's basically like a really high quality colouring book, and you know, I think it would be worth artists who make colouring books to use super heavy paper like this. Obviously it would be more expensive, but I would buy a colouring book that was like this with illustrations from some of my favourite artists. And the paper is really nice to work on top of. It works really nice with the markers. It has a slight texture to it, so that's really nice. And obviously I didn't use the Prismacolors because I feel like I want to sharpen them and make them slightly different nibbed wise, but with the paper having that sort of grain, it will give the paper a lot of texture, your illustrations a lot of texture when you are colouring in with the pencils. It was really nice of them to also throw in the guidebook. So when I've looked through, this has some tips and tricks, but also has all of the images from the workbook coloured in by Gretel herself, so you can see the way that she did it and the colours that she used to do that. And I think that is a really handy thing to have if you're struggling a little bit with a new medium. So although I mentioned I've never used Ohuhu markers in the past, I have used Copics and Letraset Pro markers, so I know a little bit about how alcohol markers work. These Ohuhu markers could be my new favourite markers. They're super pigmented, the ink is really juicy, the brush tip is really nice to use. I didn't use the fine bullet tip as much, but those tips are still really nice. They're quite hard, so when I'm colouring I like a softer brush, but that's just my preference. The colours selected for the set are really lovely as well. Like I said, they're very pastel and some of them have quite earthy tones to them, so you can create illustrations with some beautiful colours in there. A standout product for me that I wasn't expecting is actually this Unipin brush pen. I am gonna have to see if I can buy more of these because I didn't realise they did brush pens. I have a lot of their regular fine liners. So for example, I use their fine liners when I'm doing sketching and stuff. But this brush pen, the ink is so creamy when you're doing the artwork on it. It's very easy to get the difference between the heavy and the light lines, and I think that comes from it being a shorter nib. A lot of these brush pens that I've seen have quite long nibs, and that makes it difficult to get the right control. This is perfect for me, honestly, and when I was using it to try and thicken up some areas, it was really helping the illustration come together. I absolutely love that this set came with artwork for me to display. Not that I have room for it. I think you can see behind me I actually have a stack of photo frames. They all have art prints in them that I need to put up on the wall somewhere. I just need to find places to put them. But yeah, we have some of Gretel's beautiful illustrations, some beautiful stickers and goodies as well, which I completely forgot were a part of this kit. So those are some of my final thoughts on the Gretel Lusky Mossery art kit. I absolutely love it. I think it is money well spent. Unfortunately, I don't think you can get this now because it was a special pre-order item. I think it was limited edition. So this isn't like a sponsored video or anything. I'm literally just reviewing it to let you know what's inside and what I think about it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.